Hello once again from my shed. I've been frantically trying to finish the roof because we have a storm coming called Melissa, I believe. I'm never quite sure anymore. Once upon a time, storms and hurricanes used to be named after women, but that doesn't happen anymore because of whatever. And thankfully, I finished my roof. And now I've got time to do this. Now, in my last video, I mentioned false flags and suggest you might look it up. Well, I did a little bit of delving into false flags. And over the course of history, there have been hundreds and hundreds of many false flags. And possibly the most famous people can remember is the Trojan horse, used by the Greeks to enter Troy. And that's where the saying comes from. Beware of gifts from Greeks. And of course, the Trojan horse was also named after a very benign computer program, disguised as legitimate applications. And I'm sure we all remember those. And if anyone watched the film Master and Commander, which, by the way, was fairly accurate historically, they disguised their ship as a whaler and then attacked the French privateer Acherion, whatever. And all false flags are far too numerous to mention here, and there are still many being questioned today. And of course, we all must remember the ones played against us personally, like the girlfriend saying, "Oh, I can't come out tonight, I'm washing my hair." And then informed by your friends that she was seen out with someone else. It happens, of course it does. And how long does it take to wash your hair anyway? I know I can wash mine and get dressed and go out within an hour. Anyway, in the past, the church blamed ordinary people for everything that went wrong, including the weather. Ringing the bells? Just remember the witch hunts in medieval times, and of course, witch hunts still occur today, but are far more subtle, like shadow banning and ridiculing dissenting voices and not speaking. And Wikipedia editors employed by the state are also witch hunting. Never ever trust Wikipedia. It's government-backed and government-influenced. Trust me. And then there was the man with the funny moustache, and he also used false flags. Probably the most infamous was when he arranged for German targets to be attacked and then told his people that Poland was responsible. Consequently, World War II began and millions of people died. And then the escalation came with Pearl Harbor. And even today, many people question who actually knew before it happened. And there's a big question mark over that. And of course, can only be confirmed by the dead. And another big one was the CIA intelligence ship called Liberty, apparently attacked by the Egyptians. But now it is accepted that President Johnson ordered the attack. Did he? So they say. Did Bill Clinton attack Afghanistan and Sudan to cover up the incident inside the White House with his intern Monica? There you go. And many other false flags are certainly questionable. The Cuban crisis in '62, JFK, RFK, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., assassinations. Moving on to 9/11, did someone know before it happened? Very suspicious indeed. And another big question was Building 7. Possibly the biggest false flag of all time next to climate change was 2020. But that is still being strenuously denied by people who made a lot of money from it. And maybe you already know the rumours. Once rumours, now still being investigated. And it's a very strange world we live in, where people lie, especially politicians. And the politicians have all the news outlets and all the media in their pocket. And there I rest my case. And I just hope this has given you some food for thought, maybe. So thanks for listening to a man in his shed waiting for Storm Melissa to arrive. And I'm sure it won't. Not as we are told, anyway. It'll probably be a strong breeze. And they'll show you on the news a couple of upturned dustbins. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.